Welcome everyone to your webinar, What Women Ought to Know About Restoring Their Energy, Digestion, and Sleep. Oh, we have someone, let's go ahead and mute. Go ahead and mute yourself if you come on. We got you muted. Anyway, I'm Kale Balazer, and we're here from Ayurvedic Wisdom for Women. And we're really excited that each of you are here. And we're committed that at the end of the webinar, you understand how to transform your struggles with sleep, energy, and digestion once and for all, and that you're actually in action in your life, doing things that'll make a difference.
Hi, everyone. This is Sarah Cruz, and I'm really happy to be here with you all today. So a little bit about the technical background of things here. If you want to get the video panel out of the way at any point, just move your mouse around and go to View Options. Click on the option to hide the video panel. And then, just so you know, we're going to be on video together here for a little bit and then hide ourselves so you can focus on the slides. So we're going to jump right into the webinar. Today, you are about to discover the key to unlock your vitality, strategies to have more energy, how your digestion and appetite is impacting your passion for life, and how releasing emotional baggage can free up your energy. So let's all get present for a moment. If there was one thing that would have you feel better in your life, what would that be? For example, getting more sleep, better quality of sleep, improved sense of digestion, not feeling overwhelmed, steady energy all day long, or maybe more time for self-care. So let's get present and think about what that would be, and go ahead and share in the chat. You can see the option for chat in the menu bar. Write that in the chat and let us know what that one thing would be that would have you feel better in your life. And as I think about it for myself, what I keep coming back to is the idea of having more time, more unstructured time, where something's not actually scheduled. Just spaciousness, just to be and be creative and follow my inner guidance. So that's what I'm creating space for.
And Mela shared more energy at the end of the day. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And just kind of thinking about too, is there something in your day that saps your energy? Like what would it be? What would their shift be to have you have more energy at the end of the day? And maybe you don't know. Laura said, more time to myself to explore my creativity. Love it. I'm right there with you, Laura. Just that spacious time.
How about you, Kale?
Probably walking on the beach every day. That's what I would like.
Yes.
And just not rushing, not feeling rushed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I'm going to share with you how this training is different. So there's a lot of information out there. You know, there's so many fads, there's diets and new techniques. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and stop our videos here. You could go ahead and hide your panel. So get that out of the way. Yeah, so there's all these fad diets and techniques that are being developed every day as the next best thing. So, but what we're actually sharing with you today is a 5,000-year-old wisdom for health from India that has been around forever. It's really stood the test of time. And Sarah and I have both personally used these practices in our own lives and with hundreds of women and witnessed amazing success. So the best thing about this is that it's a self-healing principle. So once you understand these principles and how to apply them to your life, you become your own healer, and you can adapt it through the seasons and the cycles of your life. Sarah, are you with us?
Yeah, I'm here.
Go ahead.
Okay, so I'm just going to jump into the next part. So this ancient wisdom really does work. We've worked with clients for over the past 20 years, like Kale was saying, and it's become so clear that people are confused by all the hype and conflicting information. And we know that you're looking for answers that lead to lasting results, and that's what we're going to be sharing with you today. We're going to cover Some great information, but there's only so much we can cover in the time we have. So towards the end, we're going to show you how you can take this information and go deeper on this journey. Today, we're going to be covering daily rhythms and how they affect your sleep, digestion, and energy, how to ignite your digestion and passion, 3 top strategies to increase energy, the #1 cause of insomnia. We'll be uncovering the myths behind what to eat. We'll share with you the most important sleep hours to maximize your energy and wake up feeling refreshed. And at the end of the webinar today, we'll be sharing a 4-minute meditation practice to quickly help recenter and de-stress. So today we're going to be sharing some of the problems that we're facing that are contributing to our sleep and digestion issues. So be listening for the areas that you're struggling with. Do you override your body's signs for hunger, thirst, and rest? Do you feel overwhelmed and disconnected from yourself? Do you feel like there's not enough time to eat healthy or at all? Do you take care of others' needs before your own at the expense of your own well-being? Do you drive yourself or put a lot of pressure on yourself to perform? So does any of that resonate with you?
I'm going to go over here and see if I can mute whoever just came on. Let's see. Mute. A little technology here. Okay, great. So one of the major problems we're dealing with as a culture is the tendency to override our body's signals for these basic needs. When we override our signals long enough, our bodies eventually stop giving us clear signs and signals. Instead, we start experiencing pain, insomnia, fatigue, indigestion, and we don't know what's causing it. It seems like a mystery. We become so disconnected from ourselves at that point that we can't hear the subtle signals that our bodies have to literally scream at us. So where do you override your own body's needs and signals? And how does this impact your well-being? So please go ahead and share with us in the chat. It's such a good question to look at. Where do you override your body's needs and signals? And how does that impact? So someone just joined on. We were just answering the question of where do you override your body's needs and signals? Let's see if we have anyone here. Someone else earlier put they wanted better and consistent sleep. And I know today I'm really working on not overriding my body's signals when it starts to feel stressed. But as I was getting ready for the webinar and some things went awry and I had to upload some slides, I could feel myself getting tight and restricted and having a hard time breathing, as well. And what I really needed to do was stop and go for a walk. And I knew at that moment I was watching myself. Here it is, right here, overriding those needs. And Mayla said, if I need to be at an event and my body is wanting rest, same. I'll take green tea or coffee to power through to what I've committed to. Yeah, when the body's really just saying, stop, right? Not going to bed, Susan said, not going to bed when I'm tired. Yeah, so some other people are jumping on. Great, thank you all for sharing. It's good because I know everyone on here has similar areas where we override. So I'm going to go ahead and, someone that just came on. I didn't have automatic mute on.
Oh, Sammy.
Jennifer, can you go ahead and mute yourself? Can you see how to do that? Or maybe it's Cynthia. Let me try you here. There we go. Okay, great.
And then also, Cynthia, there's a place that says stop video. Go ahead and click on stop video so that you're hidden for now. That'd be great. Thank you.
Oh, I see there's a mute all button. Okay, great. All right, so thank you all again for sharing. I just want to tell you a story about a client. She's a mom of 3 children and works a full-time job outside the home. She's dealing with chronic burning pain in her legs. And she gets up every morning at 5:30 to get an hour of exercise before she wakes up. For breakfast, she drinks a power shake and often has a cold salad for lunch. She gets home at the end of the day exhausted and finally takes a minute to herself once the kids have gone to bed. And then she falls asleep on the couch watching TV. She finally drags herself to bed and gets about 6 hours of sleep before she gets up and starts all over again. She's super effective. She excels at everything she does. But the drive which she operates pushes herself so hard that she's continually exhausted. She misses sleep to wake up early and break a sweat exercising, even though she's in pain. The effects of not listening to what her body really needs and wants have finally caught up with her. So I'm wondering, does any of this sound familiar? It might sound a little extreme, but you might be thinking, yeah, there are places where I am pushing my body and it's screaming at me. Our society has come to believe that many of these habits are healthy at all costs. These are actually myths that we're living with. In Ayurveda, we demythify these things that we think are healthy, but in fact are wreaking havoc in our bodies. Ayurveda looks at each person individually and always asks one fundamental question: for whom is this good for? This is what makes our approach to working with our clients unique and really effective for each person. So I wanted to share with you about me, about my journey a little bit. So I remember, this is Kale, I remember the first night I didn't sleep. I was 8 months pregnant. My husband and I got in this reoccurring screaming argument over his time off work. He stormed off to go to sleep on the couch, and I was left fuming with anger. I laid down to sleep, and I was just churning this upset over and over again in my head, but sleep never came. And I was still awake when the sun came up and my 3-year-old daughter crawled into bed with me in the morning. After my son was born, my sleep continued to get more precarious. I avoided any intense conversations that might create conflict before bed, knowing it would keep me up at night. My body was giving me so many signs and signals to slow down, but I didn't feel like I could. I had these 2 precious babies, and it should have been the sweetest time of my life, but instead I was walking around in a fog. Getting my kids to bed at night felt like I was moving through quicksand. I was so exhausted, every cell of my body felt tired, like it was starving. But when I laid down to bed at night, I couldn't fall asleep. I laid there awake for agonizing hours, praying and ruminating. In desperation, I started taking sleep meds, which were unknowingly causing me depression, sending me further down this dark tunnel. I was so disconnected from what I needed or even how to ask. I couldn't see a way to my healing. The turning point for me was making the decision to do something different. So I took time away from my children and my life to reconnect to myself. I went away to Hawaii for 2 weeks alone. I walked on the beach feeling the warm sand on my feet. I journaled, danced in the rain when I couldn't sleep, and I rediscovered the joy in my body. I reconnected to nature. I let go of the fear of not sleeping. That was big, and I weaned myself off sleep meds. I slowly felt my own natural rhythms returning. So what we're sharing with you today is what I've used and continued to use to guide me on this journey of ever deepening connection to myself and my healing. I live on Vashon Island, Washington, with my beautiful family, and I get to walk on the beach every day and make a difference supporting amazing women like yourselves to nourish and heal themselves. It's really an idyllic life, but it's not perfect. Sleep is still my guide and my teacher, always. If I overcommit, not listen to myself, or have an emotional upset that isn't complete, my sleep and energy get disrupted. But this inner guide causes me to be diligent in my actions, compassionate with myself, and always mindful of applying this ancient Ayurvedic wisdom in my life.
Thanks for sharing that, Kale. So this is Sarah, and I'll share with you about my story with Ayurveda. So I feel so fortunate to have discovered Ayurveda and this wisdom that we're sharing with you at about age 19, it really did set the foundation for the rest of my life. One time when I was studying Ayurveda in India, I was observing the busy life of some of the Ayurvedic doctors I was apprenticing with. And they're a young couple with 2 children, up early in the morning, off seeing their patients at the clinic, off teaching at the university in the afternoon, and getting home in the evening. And meanwhile, they seemed happy, content, healthy, and vibrant. And I asked Dr. Purnima, what is your secret to maintaining this busy family life and just seeming so healthy and balanced? And she said, well, I'm not perfect. I can't do it all, but I have committed to a few areas that make a difference. And one thing that I prioritize is getting up early in the morning to make breakfast and lunch and prep dinner for my family for the whole day. That way the food part of our lives is handled. And she said she'd rather get up at 7, but she'd already made that decision that she gets up at 6, 1 hour early, then everybody gets to eat healthy and she can just feel content about that one thing. And then the other thing she said was just really prioritizing getting to bed early and getting her sleep. And so that really had an impact on me at that time. And now I'm a single mom of a 9-year-old daughter, and I've taken those things to heart as well. And 3 things that I've learned to prioritize in my own life is getting up a little early to make food for my daughter and I for the day, and getting to bed by 10 p.m., 10:30 at the latest, to really make sure I have energy the next day for my clients and my daughter and for myself. And then the third one is just prioritizing time in nature. For me, when I used to live in Hawaii, that would be jumping in the ocean every day after work. But now it's walking through the neighborhood, enjoying the beauty of the trees and flowers, or walking in the forest. And so the point of all of this is, this wisdom that we're sharing, it's a lifelong journey. And if we can begin to prioritize a few things, that just makes such a difference. And that's what's really worked for me. And Ayurveda has taught me that. And I feel so grateful to have this knowledge and be able to share it with clients and also model it for my daughter.
What a lucky daughter you have, Sarah, to have such a balanced mama. Yeah, so Sarah and I are Ayurvedic sisters, friends, business owners, moms, and aunties to each other's children. I feel just so grateful for our partnership. We met while studying at the Ayurvedic Institute in New Mexico, and our friendship grew traveling to Thailand and then India to study with our teacher, Dr. Vasant Lad. And when I was pregnant with my first baby, I knew I needed a business partner in order to successfully run my business and be a mom. And I asked Sarah, and to my delight, she returned to the Pacific Northwest, where we came together in Seattle to start Life and Balance Ayurvedic Rejuvenation Center. And in our first year of business together, we had a Vedic astrology reading, where the astrologer said we would be the perfect marriage. And truly, over the past 14 years, this has shown itself to be true. We are opposites by nature. I move to the rhythm of air and fire, while Sarah most resembles the movement of water and earth. The self-healing principle of Ayurveda is like increases like, and the opposite balances. So in this way, we perfectly balance each other. This shows up in how we work together in our business and how we facilitate and lead groups of women. So Sarah and I are really clear that in order for us to thrive as women, we need each other. We need our tribe of women to remind us of the importance of taking care of ourselves, to listen and spur us on to live our dreams, and to support us through the tough times. Ayurvedic wisdom for women is the fulfillment of this vision for women to come together and reclaim their health, energy, and fulfill their life's purpose.
All right. Love it. So now we're going to be jumping right in and talking about the 4 common myths that people believe to be true, but are actually sabotaging their sleep, digestion, and energy. Many people think that eating a whole raw salad for a main meal is healthy and will help them lose weight. As a matter of fact, when we tried to find a picture of a woman eating a healthy meal, all we could find were women eating salads. As a culture, this is what we think is healthy, is salad, right? And according to Ayurveda, raw food is not for everyone. We always look at for whom, when, and for how long. Not every food or everything is medicine or is appropriate for every body. Actually, for many people, eating a warm meal supports healthier digestion. A client that I work with named Anna was eating salad for lunch, most days, but then always felt hungry for snacks mid-afternoon, especially carbs and caffeine. And she had difficulty losing weight. But once she started enjoying more satisfying, more meals for lunch, she didn't crave that snack. Her digestion improved, her metabolism balanced, and she gradually began losing weight that stayed off. So Anna changed her habits and she changed her life.
The second myth is that weight gain is caused by overeating and lack of exercise. While these things can definitely be factors and often do make a difference, I have seen many clients that hardly eat at all and can't lose weight. I've even had clients that are working out like crazy and putting on more weight instead of losing it. We'll talk more about exercise in a minute. So if eating too much is not the problem, then what is it? So actually, the root cause of weight gain is low digestive fire. Your digestive fire is the acid and enzymes that support digestion. When your fire is strong, you experience a warmth in your belly when it is mealtime. You have healthy cravings, and you feel light and energized after a meal. If your digestive fire is low, you don't feel true hunger. You can't digest your food well, and you feel dissatisfied, tired, and heavy after a meal. So let me give you a little analogy. Think of a pot of boiling pasta. I've actually had this happen to me. If someone turns the heat down on it, the noodles will congeal into a glob of undigested goop. Well, that's exactly what happens when to our bodies when our fires turn down. So in a bit, we're going to share with you how to turn up your digestive fire and simultaneously turn up your life force and passion. When this happens, the weight begins to melt away.
So myth number 3 is that more exercise is better. We've seen so many clients trying to lose weight who go on exercising like crazy, thinking this is the way to lose weight. Maybe they get up at 5 a.m. to exercise at the gym before going to work, and they exercise after work. It's sounding like our client Jessica, who Kayla was mentioning earlier. But when we do this, our stress hormones get triggered and the body goes into fight or flight. Weight loss becomes difficult because the body doesn't get a chance to rest and rejuvenate. When the stress hormones get affected, guess what? So do our sleep and sex hormones. It's when we choose the appropriate kinds of exercise for our unique constitution, including frequency and duration, that our energy levels remain strong and consistent. We'll be going more in depth about this in our 8-week program, which we'll be sharing about at the end of the webinar. Sometimes less is better, and pushing past our pain and exhaustion is never the answer.
So it makes sense that if you get the same 7 or 8 hours going to bed at 2 a.m. as opposed to 10 p.m., you will get the same quality of rest. 8 hours is 8 hours, right? Do you agree? Now just think about waking up after sleeping from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. How does that make you feel? Would you feel rested? Now think about waking up after sleeping the same 8 hours, going to bed at 2 a.m. in the morning, and waking up at 10 a.m. How does that make you feel? For me, intuitively and from experience, I feel groggy and heavy, right? So why is this the case? You know, that seems like 8 hours would be 8 hours, right? Well, we'll be answering this question in a moment and share the key to resetting your sleep, falling asleep easily, and waking feeling refreshed.
This key that Kayla was talking about, the key to unlocking your vitality, is bringing your natural rhythms in alignment with the rhythms of nature. And we just shared the 4 myths with you. Now we're going to share with you the secret to having restful, nourishing sleep, maintaining healthy weight and digestion, and having the energy you want. The key to this is bringing your natural rhythms in alignment with nature. And before the advent of electricity and heat, this was so much easier. We went to bed and woke with the setting and rising of the sun. We ate what was seasonally available. We spent time outdoors during daylight hours. Ayurveda has understood and observed the importance of our daily rhythms for over 5,000 years. Basically, when our internal clock is synced with the universal clock of nature, we experience radiant health.
So to truly understand this key concept and apply it to your daily routine, it helps to understand the play of the elements within our bodies and the environment. So Ayurveda is a 5-element system, and these elements are ether or space, air, movement in space, fire, it's the sun or the digestive fire or the fire in each cell of our bodies, water, all the fluid channels in our body and in the earth, and earth. And these elements exist in nature and also inside of us. So we're in this constant dance with these elements in our environment. So for example, when the wind blows, people feel more scattered and airy, or hot and spicy food might make you feel fiery and passionate, or maybe aggravated and irritable. Or we might notice that getting our hands and feet on the earth make us feel more grounded.
In each of us, the 5 elements combine to create the 3 principal doshas, or energies. Some of you might have heard of the doshas. So these are Vata, Pitta, and Kapha. And we're each born with varying quantities and qualities of these doshas, which makes you unique. Your constitution is like your genetic blueprint and illuminates your unique strengths and challenges. In our upcoming 8-week program, which we'll be sharing about later, you'll learn about your unique constitution and how to live, eat, and care for yourself in a way that is nourishing and sustainable.
All right, now is where it starts to get really interesting. So stay with us. The qualities of each of the elements, which make up Vata, Pitta, and Kapha, pervade at different times throughout the day, creating a daily rhythm clock, which is what we're showing here. This clock is an invaluable tool for restoring your energy. This daily rhythms clock answers why we feel more refreshed and energized going to bed at 10 p.m. and waking at 6 a.m., as opposed to getting the same 8 hours from 2 a.m. to 10 a.m. It also explains recently discovered answers around metabolism and energy. The important piece to understand is that nature and our bodies are governed by a clock. And when these 2 clocks are in harmony with each other, we have abundant energy, our digestion is strong and healthy, and we sleep deeply. So we're going to first look at how to heal sleep issues, which is key to having consistent energy. We said we would be sharing the #1 cause of insomnia. What do you think it is? Well, everyone's sleep issues are unique. The #1 cause is unresolved emotions, stress, and worry. Going to work on this one issue can make other issues more manageable or eliminate them altogether. One of the most important practices we can use to heal sleep issues related to worry and stress is meditation. So if we consciously bring ourselves back to a state of calm twice a day, we go a far way in retraining our nervous system to relax and release stress. So I invite you to start with just 5 minutes, 2 times a day. So at the end of the call, we will be doing a short meditation together where you can practice releasing any holding or stress you've had in the day. So go ahead and please share in the chat the #1 cause of sleep disturbances for you. So what's your #1 sleep disturbance? Someone on here said they would have said for sleep, the #1 issue being fear. And I think that is part of that anxiety. I think a lot of that comes from this fear. Mayla shared her #1 disturbance is coffee. Yeah, for some people, especially if you have a Vata constitution or in a Vata time of life, which is menopause, perimenopause, and beyond, then you'll notice that even coffee, any coffee at all during the day, even if you stop early in the day, can impact sleep. Other people said stress, overwork, doing too much. My nursing baby, Laura, absolutely. That definitely wakes one up and disrupts sleep. Can't do much about that, though. Afternoon tea, going over and over troublesome thoughts. Yeah, thanks, Tanya, for sharing that. And Cynthia, yeah, caffeine in the middle of the day can definitely impact it. So thank you all. So earlier we shared the myth around sleep. Now we're going to explain why going to bed around 10 p.m. will make all the difference for you. And it's the first place to start if you're struggling with sleep and energy issues. So notice on the clock here, the time between 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. So you'll see it there in the green. That's the kapha time. And the kapha has the energy of earth and water, so it's heavy. It's grounded energy, and this energy helps to make us feel heavy and tired and supports us getting to sleep, right? This is the times it starts to get dark when melatonin is the highest. But if we don't get to sleep during this heavy kapha time, then we come into the time between 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. So if you see it there, the red time, you don't want to be awake at that time. This is the pitta or fiery time of night, and this energy stimulates the mind and the digestion. So if you stay up much past 10, you may get your second wind or experience the midnight munchies. The body begins to heat up and the liver and mind, the pitta organs, get active, making it difficult to fall asleep. However, when sleeping, these same influences will perform detoxification and rejuvenation of the body and particularly the liver. So 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. are the most important hours of the night for internal house cleaning and really should not be missed.
So remember how we talked about the myth that the root cause of weight gain is overeating? Well, now we're going to share the real cause of weight gain. Let's look at this clock again. Ayurveda recommends eating our largest meal during the midday. Midday between 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. is governed by the energy of pitta, which is governed by the fire element. When the sun is highest in the sky, our corresponding internal heat and digestive fire is also the strongest. The keys to our healthy digestion are building strong digestive fire and eating our largest meal in the middle of the day in alignment with nature. This would be the time to enjoy that side salad. It takes a lot of fire to digest a cold raw salad. Again, we always ask for whom and when is this healthy. If you're having low digestive fire and are eating late at night, eating a salad for dinner will lead to digestive trouble. And opposite to most of the world that enjoys a large meal midday, here in the US, we tend to eat our largest meal in the evening when the heavy, slow energies of kapha are present. This can cause our metabolism and digestion to slow down, leading to bloating, weight gain, and sleep disturbances. I just had a client that came in for a consultation recently, and she was feeling heavy, uninspired, had gained weight, was having unhealthy elimination, no appetite, and unmotivated to make changes. I started her out with a simple remedy of taking a slice of ginger with a squeeze of lime and pinch of salt before meals to increase her digestive fire. A week later, she came in and was glowing and excited. She reported that she was having regular eliminations daily since starting the ginger and lime remedy. Her appetite felt stronger. She was only having healthy cravings and no longer eating junk food. She had lost some weight and her inspiration and joy had returned. That's a lot for 1 week. This is the power of our appetite, or also called Agni. When our digestive fire is low, we can feel sluggish and unmotivated. When strong, everything tastes and digests better and we feel passionate and on fire for life. Our digestive fire literally fuels our energy and our passion. This is the secret for having more energy. So, do you want to have that radiant energy we're talking about? Guess what there is to do. Align your rhythms with the rhythms of nature. This is the key that we've been talking about during this webinar.
So I just want to go over the top 3 strategies that we've talked about to increase energy. Right? Number 1 is go to bed and rise at the same time each day. So bed around 10 p.m. and then rising with the sun or between 6 a.m. to 7 a.m. And of course, this varies throughout the year. As we come into fall and winter, it's more important to get that early bedtime. Second thing is to ignite your digestive fire. So a couple tips for that are to sip warm water throughout the day. This is a great time of year to start doing that. Eat lunch as the main meal, which Sarah talked about. And also you can chew a slice of ginger with lime and salt before meals. We call this an Agnihotra. And the last way that we can increase energy is to address unresolved emotions. So simply begin with meditating for 5 minutes twice each day.
When you begin to live and move with the rhythms of nature, your mind becomes more lucid and more peaceful, and your health improves. Your entire life becomes easier, said Maya Tawari.
The root cause of imbalance in the mind and body is crimes against nature or crimes against wisdom. And this includes anything we do that goes against our inner knowing. So crimes against wisdom includes anytime we don't listen to our body's intrinsic needs for rest, water, food, elimination. Anytime we suppress our natural urges, we go against our bodies and mind and begin to create disharmony. We're the only animals that don't eat when we're hungry, sleep when we're tired, and stop to go to the restroom. We also go against our bodies through shaming, judging, criticizing ourselves. Long-standing self-judgment and criticism creates dis-ease in the body. Crimes against wisdom include staying at a job you hate or an abusive relationship that is sucking your energy, or saying yes when you should be saying no. The job itself isn't what makes us sick, but staying in the job while hating it and complaining does. So our body is constantly giving us signs and signals to help redirect us to what we need. But if we don't listen, we pay the price with sickness and ill health. Here's the fantastic news about this, is that we can begin to listen and heal ourselves because we're really the only ones that can. But blaming ourselves and looking for how we caused our health issues is really not the answer. Matter of fact, this just causes more self-desecration and loathing. So we're not to blame, you are not to blame, and you are the answer. The key is to be compassionate and loving with ourselves. It is only from this place that we can really listen and heal. So begin by asking your body what it needs to feel vibrant, healthy, rested. You can do that right now, just placing your hand on your heart. Sweet one, what do you need? And we can repair this beautiful relationship with ourselves and create a partnership with our bodies that's grounded in self-love. And this is returning to yourself, which in Ayurveda is the ultimate definition of health. The Sanskrit word is swasthya. So go ahead and share with us in the chat, on a scale of 1 to 10, how compassionate and loving can you be with yourself? So go ahead and share. Mela said a 9. Oh my gosh, you're our role model. Mela has been long at work on it. I love it. Cynthia said 8, and I'm getting there. That's awesome, Cynthia. Tanya said a 7. Beautiful. Laura said a 5. Seems the older we get, the more we are able to embrace that. Really depends on the day, Meryl said. I hear you. Same. Great. Thank you all.
As women, we put a lot of pressure on ourselves to do it all, right? Often at the expense of our own vitality and joy. Stress, worry, and constant striving can make us feel tired and depleted. And not saying no when we know we should is yet another crime against wisdom that Kale was mentioning earlier. In our 8-week program, we'll be showing you how to align with nature so you're not doing more or working harder perfection, but allowing yourself to connect with the flow of nature and begin to move downstream instead of constantly fighting against the current. And in this way, everything begins to feel easier. The things that don't serve us and suck our energy naturally drop away. Then there's room to bring in those things that nourish our spirit and feed our soul.
So what is something you heard today that you know would make a difference in your vitality, sleep, or digestion? It might be something you've been wanting to do for a long time or a new inspiration. Go ahead and share in the chat box. And at the end of the webinar, we'll be choosing one of these responses as the winner of the Fall Ayurvedic Home Cleanse. But you must be present to win. So go ahead and share with us what you've what you heard today that would make a difference. So I'm going to go ahead and read in the chat. Cynthia said, ginger with lime and salt before meal. Yes, beautiful. Align sleep and meals with nature's rhythms. So great. Lime and ginger before meals, Meryl said. Thank you all. So anyway, if you want to be eligible for this meditation, Tanya said, awesome. Same as Cynthia, but Mela said, same as Cynthia, but plus no coffee. All right, Mela. Great. So we'll go ahead and pick, there's still time if you want to enter something in the chat there. We'll go ahead and be picking one of those at the end of the call to participate in the Fall Ayurvedic Home Cleanse. And we're going to go ahead and share with you some of what our clients have shared about working with us. So Diana said, I feel comfortable exactly how I am right now. All around me, women are talking about slowing down and taking care of themselves. Now is the time, and we need each other. Your gentleness and spaciousness acted like an invitation to be gentle, loving, spacious, and forgiving with myself. I'm enjoying my body for the first time, and I don't know how long. I've been wanting my body to be different my entire life. I'm tickled. I feel comfortable exactly how I am right now. Thank you for your inspiration, courage, and partnership that had you be so bold to create and share this work.
Leslie shared, I have to tell you that the work we did in the Reclaim Yourself program has been some of the most impactful work I've done in my whole life, no exaggeration. A number of the practices you introduced to us have become an automatic part of my daily and weekly routines. I can't imagine not doing them. My eating routines have changed completely, and it has not been hard for me to do because the principles of Ayurveda that you both taught us are so intuitive that it just makes sense. And because of those practices, my energy level is much higher on average and more consistent. I can't thank you enough.
And Laura shared, after 3 years of taking Ambien for sleep at night, yesterday was my 5th day successfully sleeping through the night without taking any Ambien before bed. I had started weaning myself off of it during the digestive reset, and it only took 5 days to come off it. I'm using essential oils, the Sleep Easy oil, meditation, and relaxation exercises to reduce my stress before bed. I've been wanting to do this for a while, and with this program and everyone's support, I'm free.
Mm. And then Jenna shares, one of the biggest takeaways for me was that it isn't about weight and it isn't about being the best person I can be. It's about being okay with where I am now, gentleness with self, and incorporating ways and means to facilitate this right action. I became aware of how much I do know that I am a wise woman. Having participated in this program, I'm appreciating this part of me. When things don't go the way I think they ought to, I'm gentler with myself. So, are you feeling ready to get rid of fatigue, insomnia, and digestive issues once and for all? Are you ready to feel passionate and centered in your life?
Well, right now we're going to show you how you can take it further and get started today on your own healing journey. And we're so thrilled to introduce our 8-week program, Reclaim Your Health, Reclaim Yourself, which will support you to achieve energy, sleep, and digestion faster than you think is possible. I'd like to share the exciting details of the program. We've got some bonuses and goodies for you when you register. If you can, go to the website right now. It's www. I keep doing that. My kids laugh at me. AyurvedicWisdomForWomen.com. So once you're there, click on the events at the top of the screen, and this will take you to the Reclaim Your Health, Reclaim Yourself event page, where you'll see what's included in the program. If you can't get there, we're going to go ahead and walk you through it, and you can always get on after the call. And the link to get yourself registered is right there. So at this point in our webinar, if you're feeling like a definite yes, you've heard things that'll make a difference, and you want to take it further and would like to do the program with us, then we encourage you to do that right now. So the first 8 people that register today or in the program, will get a 30-minute personal coaching session with one of us to go deeply into one area of your life that you're committed to transforming.
And here's how it works. All the calls are live and recorded, so you can listen to the calls later if you miss one. It's fine if you can't make it every time. And we'll be connecting also via a private Facebook group where we can all stay connected. Earlier on the webinar, we asked a question for you to enter in the chat box. The question was, what is something that you heard today that you know would make a difference in your vitality, sleep, or digestion? So at the end of the webinar, we'll be drawing a name in the free raffle to participate in Kale's Fall Ayurvedic Home Cleanse. So make sure you answer the question and stay on until the end if you haven't answered it already.
So we're going to go ahead and just quickly walk you through each of the weeks so you can get a sense of the program. And I love this first week. This first week's conversation about creating your vision is really powerful. You'll immediately begin to feel a whole new energy of possibility present that wasn't there, and life will magically start to show up differently. The second week, you immediately start putting the Ayurvedic practices into action. It is fun and inspiring to have a whole new arsenal of yummy daily self-care practices, and you'll begin to feel more alive and at home in your body and your daily rhythms. And the third week, when we move into this third week, we begin to cultivate that grounded inner calm and connection at the core of your being. There's a feeling of being centered and trusting yourself more. And the fourth week is so amazing because you get empowered by your ability to feel good and nourished from your food. You realize you really do have the key to healthy digestion energy, and it all becomes so much more simple.
In week 5, igniting your digestive fire and passion during this 5th week, we'll really be digging in deeply with how to reset and strengthen your digestive fire. When you do this, your passion gets reignited, your energy improves, and you start feeling amazing. Week 6 is about emotional cleansing practices, and in this week, you'll free up your energy through letting go of old emotional trauma and stuck thoughts, including judgment, worry, grief, anger, righteousness, and you'll be on a rampage to get things complete and release anything blocking your life force. Week number 7 is all about sleep routines and rituals, and we'll be going more in depth into how to finally address your sleep issues in ways that really work. By this point, your sleep and energy will already be dramatically improved. This will deepen your ability to build your essence and vitality. And our final week 8, reclaiming your feminine creative energy, or Shakti Prana. This week is a celebration of our radiant lives. We'll be embracing our feminine strength that comes from being more connected, intuitive, grounded, nourished, and supported.
Yeah, and the power of all of this 8 weeks, is that we do it together. A lot of times in life, we're doing it alone. We're trying to figure it out, and it never seems to stick. So many women report results that they haven't been able to accomplish just through the power of the group. So here's exactly what you're going to get. During the program, you get 8 live action-oriented teleclasses, action-packed. And you get a private membership Facebook page to connect, share, and ask questions. And we'll be giving you recipes for healthy food, herbal remedies, and natural body care products. You'll get support with creating meal plans that actually work and make life easier. We'll be providing you with videos for self-massage, yoga, pranayama. We'll have audio recordings for daily meditations and affirmations. And last but not least, support from a community of amazing women. Oh, last is listening partners to provide support between calls. So if you've heard something in what we shared that you want for your life, we want to ask you, are you willing to make a commitment to yourself for 8 weeks? If so, we're here and we're ready to support you. You will be really amazed at the results you receive in just 8 weeks, and you'll have the tools and knowledge at the end of the program to continue to increase your energy and health throughout your life. So as you can see, you're getting a ton in this program, and this is really the last time we'll be offering it at this low price. This is really a high-end program, coaching program, that we're basically giving away. So you'll be getting personalized coaching from 2 expert Ayurvedic coaches who have both been doing it for over 20 years, Sarah and myself, during the 8 live interactive calls. You'll have online and video and audio support, not to mention the support of an amazing community of women. So we're really proud of this program. And we're thrilled to say that you get all of this at the low price of $495. But when you register today, you will receive our special offer of only $347.
And we're also offering some time-limited bonuses. One special bonus, as Kale mentioned earlier on the webinar, is the first 8 people who register get a one-on-one 30-minute transformational coaching session with one of us. The second is a free raffle for participants in the free webinar to participate in the Fall Ayurvedic Home Cleanse with Life in Balance. And that is valued actually at $225. And we'll be picking a winner in just a moment here. We also have a sister rate. And so when you register with a friend, the total is only $600 instead of $347 each.
Yeah, and the other thing is we offer a money-back guarantee. So there's really no risk here. If you're not satisfied that you're receiving the promises outlined in the program within 30 days, you receive a money back in full. So at this point, you might be seeing some possibility for yourself in this program, but you have some considerations that are stopping you. It might be time, money, or worry that it really won't work. But what is it costing you not to solve your sleep and energy issues or take the time to care for yourself? How much have you wasted on Band-Aid solutions that don't get to the root of the problem? This program uses ancient wisdom and science that has been proven over 5,000 years to work. And it's not a passive process, but if you show up with a powerful commitment to yourself and apply the coaching, we're confident that this program will be life-changing for you. So you might feel like you don't have time for one more thing, and we realize a lot of you feel busy and overwhelmed. So this program is actually designed for women with busy, full lives like yourself. During the program, we bring in simple changes and practices that will actually give you more space and energy so you experience having more time. Through taking out some activities and commitments that are sapping your energy, you free up more time for things that feed you and fill you up. What we found is that there's never an ideal time to make a change. Will today be the day you prioritize yourself and your health because you've decided it's time?
So now we're going to go ahead and open the line for your questions. You might have been thinking of some questions during the webinar. So go ahead and type in your questions in the chat and we'll get to as many as we can today. And you might even have some questions about the program or your sleep, digestion, and energy. And then after the questions here, we'll be ending with a short 4-minute meditation. But actually before the meditation, we're going to draw one lucky woman to win Kale's Fall Ayurvedic Home Cleanse. And you still need to be present on the call to win. So go ahead and type in your questions in the chat if you have any today. Anything related to your sleep or your digestion and your energy. And as we're thinking about those questions, I just want to share, if you're seeing possibilities for yourself in this program but are still on the fence, you can go ahead and email us and one of us will get back to you to help get clear about whether this program is a fit for you. And you can email us at info@ayurvedicwisdomforwomen.com. And so Mela is asking, how does the ginger, lime, and salt work to improve digestion? So the ginger is spicy and the lime is sour and the salt obviously is salty. And that starts to stimulate digestive secretions beginning in the mouth and then in the stomach. So it gets your digestive enzymes going. And then when that gets going, and literally that is your digestive fire. And so your food gets assimilated more effectively. And then there's less heaviness in the body afterwards. So this is something, just try it for yourself, see how it feels.
Yeah, and one thing I like to do with that, if it's for some people, the ginger can feel too pungent or it's or you don't have it on hand all the time, is just make a little jar. You could put it in your refrigerator, chop up ginger, put the salt and the lime in there, and you could just pull out a piece before meals, like 10 minutes before you eat.
It's pretty tasty. So something also, there really is a lot of information out there about health and wellness, and you can even get a book on Ayurveda at the library or buy a book. But one thing about that, it's wonderful to have those resources, but simply knowing what to do is not the same as getting real on the court support to make real change over time. And together we are on these calls for 8 weeks, and we know that this is where real transformation happens. And we invite you to participate within this magnetic community of women. How good will it feel to share your struggles and success with other women? You don't need to be alone on your path of reclaiming your health and yourself.
All right, Sarah, you want to draw a winner?
Okay, I'm just going to close my eyes here and land on one person's name. Okay, I am picking Laura Dyer. Laura Dyer, would you like to participate in Kale's Fall Cleanse? It's starting here. What's the date, Kale?
It's starting October 2nd, so she and I would need to have a consultation the next few days to get her on board. And Laura, you can go ahead. Is she still on the call? Let's just make sure. Oh, no. Laura jumped off. All right, you want to pick someone else?
Okay. Tanya Yoder.
I know Tanya can't participate.
Okay.
Unless, Tanya, if you want to use that towards a consultation with me, you can. You want to message me, Tanya, on the chat and see what you want to do, or you want to hand that over and let us pick another name? She may not be in a place where she can message.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll pick a, Tanya said, I would love, oh, it's Tanya Yoder. I was thinking a different Tanya. Wonderful, Tanya. She said, I would love to. Okay. I got confused there for a minute. So great. Perfect. Okay. So, yeah, congratulations, Tanya. Tanya, will you email me at info@ayurvedaseattle.com, and just that way we can connect. Okay. And I have your info, I think. All right. So we are so excited for you to have the energy, passion, and clarity that you want in your life. That's what we're about. And we encourage you to register yourself today. You know, as soon as you commit, a whole new possibility starts showing up immediately. This is a universal law. Where attention goes, our energy flows. So start putting your attention on having the results you want now with a powerful declaration that you are all in, and watch what shows up. So whether you enroll in our program or not, our main wish for you is that you make a commitment to yourself and start taking the actions you need to feel as alive and joyful as possible. So we're going to go ahead and close with a short 3 to 4 minute meditation. And this comes from our free energy booklet that can be found on our website. So if you go to our website and just put your name in there, you will receive our energy booklet. And this meditation will help you connect to your body and breath and jumpstart your energy. So a powerful quote I love from Esther Hicks is, "There is nothing more important than that you feel good." And we wholeheartedly agree and are committed that you feel good when we can shift our focus and energy from striving and struggling to feeling good. What we want starts flowing towards us effortlessly. So the more you practice, the more adept you will become at shifting your energy and your focus. So go ahead and find a comfortable seat. If you've had the computer in front of you, just go ahead and shut it down or close your eyes. And begin by taking a few deep breaths. Take a full inhalation, holding at the top of the inhale, and then allowing a complete exhalation. There might even be a sigh at the end of the exhale. With each breath, allow yourself to come more into the present moment. Allow yourself to rest in the stops between the breaths. So there's actually 4 parts of the breath. Inhale, pause, exhale, pause. Rest at the bottom of the exhale until the next breath naturally wants to come in. Arriving in your breath and your body. Now let go of the breath and allow the breath to breathe you. It only takes a few minutes to shift our energy and awareness and where we're putting our attention. So begin to feel the energy of a gentle smile forming at the back of your eyes. It's a meaningful little smile, the kind of smile you couldn't help breaking into at the sight of a baby beaming up at you with a big toothless grin. It's a smile on the outside, but it originates from a warm, caring feeling on the inside. So take the feeling and pull it up from the inside and feel yourself smiling from the deepest part of your being. Now you have a warm inner smile. Feel the cells of your body and your organs smiling. The inner smile creates a gentle inner buzz or subtle vibration. Now you can anchor and grow this good feeling sensation and vibration of your inner smile by replacing it with a familiar feeling that you can hold on to. Pick whatever up feeling is easiest for you to generate at will. It may be love, joy, excitement, pleasure, tickled pink. So take a moment to bring in that familiar, yummy feeling. Now conjure up into your mind whatever it takes to get this feeling going. Maybe it's imagining dancing or jumping in a fresh lake or receiving a hug. Breathe into that smile. Let it fill every cell of your body. You want to intensify that feeling as much as you can until you feel the physical shift of energy in your body. It might be very subtle. So we're going to sit in meditation for 30 more seconds, just holding that feeling and energy in our bodies. And I'm going to end with a quote by Charaka Samhita. Ayurveda is beyond beginning and ending, a science of eternal healing. It is compared to a vast ocean. It is a lifelong journey. So thank you all for taking this time with us. We bless you on your continued journey. Be in touch with us. Let us know if you have any questions. And have a great day. Namaste. Bye, everyone.
Namaste. Bye.